Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We continue with our Roberto Chiavini Olympic Boxing Quick Play Gold Medal Heavyweight Tournament. This is bout number 3, and in bout number 3 we get a second version of Teofilo Stephenson, an older version but still a highly effective version. This is from 1980, his gold medal winning effort at the Moscow Olympics that was boycotted by the United States of America. But he's going to take on a tough Joe Frazier, the 1964 gold medal winner. And so Frazier is a 9 when it comes to quality of boxing quality. Stevenson, again, aging, is a 7, but that's still pretty good. Knockouts 4. For Stevenson, he's got to roll a 1 or a 2. The same with Frazier, 1 or a 2. So they're even with power. Frazier, if he can get through this bout, should throw and land a few more punches. Experts think he could take a decision. They both have pretty good chins when it comes to amateur boxing. KO against, it must be a roll of a 0 for each fighter. As we'll quickly go through, if you're just joining us for the first time, this is bout 3 of our Quick Play Gold Medal Heavyweight Tournament. Olympic champions. So as each round progresses, you can see the blue and red die, and to get a knockout in the first round, it only has to correspond with the 1 die. Second round must correspond with both dice. Third round, all 3 dice. The same thing goes for KO against. If we have an even round, it's decided by the black die. It's only a 1 or a 2, and even roll, the red corner wins. An odd roll, the blue corner wins. In the red corner, oh shoot, I got them mixed up. Son of a gun. All right, let's just switch this real quick. That sucks. All right, so you know what? We're going to do this. We're just going to move them around. I'm not going to type all that poop anymore. The beauty. Cancel that. Let's just move that here. Move that here. And Joe Frazier is in the blue corner. Whoop. Move that down. Again, this is a mod I created. And I also modded a little bit of the gameplay. Game is absolutely fun to play. And let's move the USA over here. So Joe Frazier is in the blue corner. Teofilo Stevenson is in the red corner. And let's get Teofilo over here. And the boxer card here. And let's just bring that back a bit. There we go. And let's get the Cuban logo here. Bring that down a bit here. All right, so now we have everyone in the right corners. I apologize for that. So Joe Frazier's in the blue corner. Teofilo Stevenson is in the red corner. We start round 1 of the game. We look for if there's a knockout 4. Stevenson and Frazier both need rolls of 1 or 2. If it's even Stevenson, they just tagged each other and we go to the points. And neither man can really land right now the big knockout punch. As Stevenson is an 8, so that does not fall in his knockout range. Both fighters throwing. A little cautious to start off round number 1. And Frazier a 6. So we go to the points. Again, watch the top die, blue and red, for round number 1. An excellent round for Joe Frazier. Puts the pressure on Teofilo Stevenson. Stevenson looking to counter, though. You got to watch out for that counter right. Stevenson, a tricky southpaw. Now we'll roll for KO against. Need zeros, and we don't have it. We make it through a round. So, a good round for Joe Frazier from the United States of America. As there's no KO in round number 1. Frazier landed 16 blows, working behind the jab, getting in as tight as you can get in amateur boxing. They don't like you to get right on top of a fighter. They'll say, stop, box, all that stuff. But Frazier worked behind the jab. This is a smoking Joe Frazier, which is he's got to stay more upright. He can't bob and weave too much. It's amateur boxing. But he did a nice job letting his hands go, and the aging Teofilo Stephenson looking to land that big counter right hand, counter left hand out of the southpaw stance. So, in round 1, that is a 9-point difference. That is a huge round there for Joe Frazier. And there are 5 scoring judges in amateur boxing, and it goes 4-1 for Joe Frazier. So Joe Frazier takes round number 1. He was a busier, more accurate fighter. He got in his punching range, and the Cubans in their corner are telling Teofilo Stevenson they want to be a little more busy, but it was a feeling out round for the older Teofilo Stevenson, the 1980 gold medal winner. His 3rd gold medal in a row. He would win in 72, 76, 72 in Germany, 76 in the Montreal Olympics, and 1980 in Moscow, the Olympics that the U.S. boycotted. So let's see if the Americans' momentum can continue as we prepare for round number 2. And we'll roll for KO. Now, watch the 2 sets of dice here. They must fall in the category for the knockout. As at ringside, we have Dave Gardner and Sam's Tangled Web. Check out both those wonderful channels. All right, fighters move to the center of the ring. We roll for KO4, and there will be no KO4. Stevenson gets a 6-6. Frazier a 5-4. So they needed a 1 or a 2, a 1 or a 2, a 2 or 2. So now we will go to, let's see if Frazier can continue his momentum here. And again, now we just look at the second set of die for punches landed. And Frazier, as Stevenson heeding the advice from his corner, works behind the southpaw jab. And he's going to land a little better here. Frazier trying to get in close. It's a close, hard-fought round. Let's see if anyone gets knocked out now as we go KO against. And no! So a tight round. Frazier just could not get on track. Stevenson was a little better. So he kept, it's a close round. It's a very close round. And Stevenson knockout against 2-4, so he doesn't get knocked out. Frazier 5-3. Each boxer, pugilist, needed a zeros. They needed zeros are bad. Knockout against is bad. You don't want your fighter you're going for to roll the 0. So this is a very close round. And let's see how the judges here score it here in Tokyo. Again, there's international judges here. And that's a 1-point punching difference for Teofilo Stevenson. And it's 3-2 for Stevenson. So Stevenson wins a very close round. And there could be some discussion here about that scoring. You don't really get a lot of points for aggression, and Frazier was definitely the aggressor. We now move to round number 3. Frazier has taken the first round. The judges saw the first round 4-1. Stevenson, a controversial round 2 win, 3-2. Punches so far landed. Frazier's landed 36 blows in the bout. Scoring blows. You must score with the white of the glove. The white of the glove. You can see it on Stevenson. Body punches are very hard to score in amateur boxing. They really don't like that inside work. So Stevenson got in a better rhythm there. And here we go for round number 3. We're going to roll for knockout 4. All 3 dice must correspond. As the rounds go, each dice must correspond. And here goes the knockout roll for Frazier and Stevenson. And Joe Frazier. Oh, no, those are zeros. Ooh, I got a little excited. No knockout. No knockout. I saw 2-0-0. He needed 2-1-1 or 2-2-2s. And wow, Stevenson came very close. So both fighters rattling each other. They know this fight is up for grabs, and they're throwing hard. Frazier trying to get in close. Stevenson in that southpaw stance, countering with the straight left. Again, he jabs with the right hand out of the southpaw stance. So Stevenson, look how close he came to KOing Joe Frazier. If he had another 1 or a 2 where that 5 is, Frazier would have went nighty-night. And the aging Teofilo Stevenson would have had a nice notch in his belt. So a 5-1-2 for Stevenson. Frazier had a 2-0-0. Those zeros are those are bad. Those are bad, but we haven't rolled for knockout against. So now this fight is up for grabs. Both fighters have rattled one another. Let's see how the punches will be tallied for the blows landed. And we're only going to look at the bottom two dice here. And Frazier, the much busier fighter, you can see he has 7 scoring blows right now. Teofilo and Stevenson 5. And now they're still slugging it out. KO against. All 3 dice must be 0. Oh my lord, how close! As Stevenson rallies at the end, he nearly takes Frazier off his feet. But the horn sounds, and we will go to a decision. Oh, my Lord. 1 more 0, and Joe Frazier, the United States, would have been stopped. The referee was really looking on, and in amateur boxing, he really caught a break there. So there's going to be controversy surrounding this bout, round 2 going to Stevenson, and maybe the Cubans will be balking at why that fight was not stopped, as Stevenson forced Frazier back towards the ropes towards the end of that round and really let loose as he needed the big round. The fight was up for grabs as each fighter split the first 2 rounds. So, wow, look at that. Stevenson, no threat of knockout there as he was a 2-4-7. Frazier, 8-0-0. Had the 8 been a 0, it would have been over, folks. It would have been over. But now we go to the scorecard. It looks, as they're tallying the cards, Frazier looks to advance here. Let's just check this out. Frazier, 3 more scoring blows. That means he scored with the white on the knuckles in a scoring area, which is the head, the chest. It's very difficult to score to the torso in amateur boxing. They've done better now where they let you infight a little more, but we're playing old school. So Frazier will take round 3, it looks like. We're just tallying the scorecards. 16-12, that's a 4-punch scoring difference. A 4-punch scoring difference. And this is a tremendously close bout. We get the judges' scorecards. And as we're going to look at them, Frazier is the winner 2 rounds to 1. He takes round 3. Out of the 5 judges, they saw it 3-2 Frazier. And again, Teofilo Stevenson came very close to stopping Frazier towards the end of round number 3. As you see the 8-0-0. Had there been a blue 0 there instead of an 8, it would have been over. And that's the controversy in amateur boxing. The Cubans are balking at it. They're not very happy. They felt that Stevenson pummeled Frazier enough towards it. Stevenson rallied at the end. So Joe Frazier advances, though. So the U.S. does advance a fighter here. And this is the second version of Teofilo Stevenson. You'll see the 1972 version later on in this tournament. This is the 1980 version, and he's out. He loses a decision. No knockout in this fight. So one of Teofilo Stevenson's cards is gone. And let's just go. Let's mark it here. Frazier, winner. Frazier, win. Decision. Two rounds to 1. Overall, Frazier landed 43 scoring blows, and that's with the white of the gloves. I keep emphasizing that because amateur boxing is different than professional boxing. And Teofilo Stevenson landed 31. So the aging Stevenson, it was that first round that really cost him. He was trying to get, 16-7 for Frazier, and Stevenson just couldn't get on track. He did rally at the end and nearly took Frazier off his feet as he was hurting him. He seemed like he was tagging him pretty good. The Cubans were looking for at least a standing 8 count. They didn't get it, and Frazier advances out of the blue corner. Joe Frazier advances from the United States. So we'll have bout number 4 coming up shortly. And let's just take a look who we might have in bout number 4. The first 2 bouts are up on the channel if you'd like to check them out. They go quick, these bouts. And let's make that bold. Why can't I find the bold? There it is. Okay, there it is, bold. And again, this is Roberto Chiavini's Olympic Boxing. I have modded this. The game is basically on sheets, but I like to play it on a spreadsheet. Thanks to Dave Gardner, I look at all the wonderful things he does with his spreadsheets. So I found a boxing ring. I put it on the sheet. I made this, and I modded the rules a bit. A slight difference with how we play it than how it's originally intended. And again, very nice game from Roberto Chiavini. So that's it, folks. Joe Frazier's the winner by decision, 2-1. He took round 1 4-1 on the judges' scorecards with 16 scoring blows against 7 of Stevenson. Round 2, Stevenson, it was a tight round, and the USA corner didn't like it. They thought Frazier's aggression should have won the day, but it didn't. Stevenson 12 scoring blows, Frazier 11. Neither fighter, they came. It was the round 3 was the action round really. So Stevenson took round 2 3-2 on the 5 judges, and then in round 3, Stevenson knowing again Frazier knowing the fight's up for grabs, but then Stevenson towards the end of the round when we went knockout against, you can see it here. Had it been 3 consecutive zeros for Frazier, he would have been stopped late in round 3, and they were looking for at least a standing 8 count that possibly could have given the Cuban Teofilo Stevenson the fight, but it didn't. So Frazier advances. He wins 2-1. I'd like to thank everyone who watched. Clinton Parks, Dave Little, Sam's Tangled Web, and Dave Gardner. All right. So until next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Happy Easter. You know what's coming, folks. Peace. Bout number 4 coming up shortly on the channel. And we're going to have... Let's have... Lennox Lewis will be facing... the American. So Lennox Lewis won the gold medal 1988. He'll be facing Pete Rademacher. And Pete Rademacher is one hell of an amateur. The USA 1956, he was a gold medal winner, and he's got some pop. He fought Floyd Patterson in his first professional fight for the heavyweight title, actually decked Patterson, and then Patterson knocked him out. So it's going to be Rademacher against Lennox Lewis up next on the channel, bout number 4 of our Roberto Chiavini Olympic Boxing Quick Play Gold Medal Heavyweight Tournament. Thank you. Peace!